electron. So we're at -2. You want to get it to 0. Zinc must be +2. H2SO4. Here you've got oxygen, 4 times -2. Hydrogen, 2 times +1. So we're at -8 plus 2 is -6. So sulfur must be +6. Someone else actually might have looked at this and straight away seen sulfate, the radical. Sulfate, 4 and 2 is 8. So there, if it's 4 times -2, -8 to -2, sulfur again is your +6. You know, so both ways are right. K2Cr2O7. Oxygen's the place I always go to. My go-to, 7 times -2. So we're at -14. Potassium, group 1. So it's +1. And there's 2 of them. Charge that one atom appears to have. So -14 plus 2 is -12. You want to get on another 12 so you get to 0. And it's split amongst 2. So 2 times +6. Here, in number 5, start with your oxygen, 11 times -2. Your hydrogen, each of them has a charge of +1. And there's 22 of them. So -22 plus 22 is 0. So your carbon there is also going to be 0. So again, you can pause it, take a break, do a few more, but we will get these rattled on through. H3PO3, oxygen, -2, 3 times -2. Hydrogen, 3 times +1. You're at -6 plus 3, which is -3. So in order to get this back to 0, your phosphorus must be +3. Always check if you're unsure. 3 plus 3 is 6, -6 is 0. H2SO4 actually did over here. SO2, oxygen -2, 2 times -2, so we're at -4. You want to get her to 0, so you must add on 4. Sulfur +4. Na2, sodium sulfate. Since we know these, oxygen and sodium, I'd fill them in. You wouldn't have to split it up into the radical like you did over there. But you can as well. So 4 times -2, you're at -8. 2 times +1, -8 plus 2 is -6. So your sulfur must be +6. +2 plus 6 is 8, -8 is 0. S2O32 minus. Your go-to there is your oxygen, 3 times -2, -6. You want to get it to the charge in this, -2. So -6 to -2, you're going to be adding on 4. And that adding on 4 split amongst 2. So 2 times +2. CO2, carbon dioxide. Oxygen, 2 times -2. You're at -4. You want to get her to 0. So you're adding on 4. Your carbon there is +4. Now, strange we want to put a wee asterisk beside it. CaH2. Now in this, we said that your group 1 or your group 2 metals dictate what hydrogen is going to be. So group 2, that is an alkaline earth metal. It has 2 electrons in its outer shell. It loses these 2 electrons, loses 2 of these negative charges, so that's going to be +2. And here, it's going to be 2 times -1. Copper oxide. Where are we going to here? Oxygen's -2. Must add to the charge in this, so copper must be +2. Iodine there, van der Waals forces, non-polar, share electrons equally. Electronegativity difference is 0. Look at all the information we know in it. Each iodine has a charge of 0. As it sums to the charge on the molecule itself. Potassium chloride. Potassium +1, chlorine -1. Magnesium fluoride. Start with your fluorine. Most electronegative atom. Always pulls the electron towards it. So always pulls that negative charge. That's -2. You want to get it to 0. Your magnesium must be +2. Hydrogen peroxide. One of these wee exceptions. I don't know what. Be aware of it. Usually I'd say start with your oxygen, 2 times -2. Not in this case. Your hydrogen takes preference, 2 times +1. It must be 2 times minus 1. Now, calcium carbonate. Carbonate again is a radical. You could work with that. It has a valency of 2. So you could be saying 3 times minus 2, carbon going to be plus 4. Or, see, does this work? 3 times minus 2, calcium is plus 2. So minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. Carbon there is plus 4 as well. I should have left a bit more space for that one because of the radical. IO minus. So charge there in your oxygen's minus 2. You want to get it to minus 1. Minus 2 to minus 1. You add on 1. Manganese in here, we don't know. Oxygen, we do. 3 times minus 2. We're at minus 6. You want to get it to 0. So you're going to be adding on 6. And you're adding on 6 split amongst them 2. Charge that one atom appears to have. So if they ask you for the oxidation number of manganese, it's plus 3. Potassium manganate 7. You'll see why it's called potassium manganate 7 now. 4 times minus 2. Your group 1 potassium is plus 1. Minus 8 plus 1 is minus 7. You want to get it to 0, so you're adding on 7. So your oxidation state of manganese is plus 7. Manganese dioxide here. 2 times minus 2. Manganese there is plus 4. And then there's another set of questions. Again, makes no issue if you don't have them. Pause it, do them, correct them. No point just writing down and copying the answers. Al2O3, 3 times minus 2, it's your oxygen. You're minus 6, we want to get it to 0, so we're going to add on 6. And that adding on 6 is split amongst 2 aluminiums. Fe3 plus, just as the charge that's on your iron, so it's plus 3. NaH, this is another exception for your hydrogen you'd see. In your rules, hydrogen's always minus 1, except when it's bonded to like metals. So we've seen it over here, calcium, our group 2 metal. Now we've got it with our group 1 metal. So your sodium takes preference, there's plus 1, your hydrogen is minus 1. HNO3, again, there's your nitrate. You could split it up if you like. NO3 minus, 3 times minus 2, you're at minus 6, you want to get it to minus 1. So you're going to be adding on 5. Or since I know O and I know H, I'll get 5 another way. So 3 times minus 2, hydrogen's plus 1, minus 6, plus 1 is minus 6, plus 1 is minus 5, that must be plus 5 there. CO2O, CO being your cobalt. Oxygen there is minus 2. You're going from minus 2 to 0, so you're going to be adding on 2. You're adding on 2, split amongst 2 cobalts, 2 times plus 1. NH3, your ammonia, pyramidal shape, don't know nitrogen, no hydrogen. 3 times plus 1. Plus 3 to 0, because there's no charge on it. Your nitrogen must be minus 3. S8, just the charge on it, it's going to be 8 times 0. And this is MgNO3 Right. What do we do here? So your magnesium is simply plus 2. This is group 2. Here your nitrate overall is minus 1. And we'll have to show what each of them is. So we'll work with NO3 like we did up here. 3 times minus 2, and my nitrogen is plus, or my nitrogen's plus 5. Minus 6 plus 5 is my minus 1. And there's 2 of them. So it just seems a wee bit strange filling them in. Ignore the 2. That just goes back to your hooks or your valencies for getting your formulas. And then the last one, it's a phosphate radical, PO43 minus. Start with your oxygen, 4 times minus 2. You're minus 8. You want to get it to this charge, minus 3. So what are you doing? You're adding on 5. And that's it. Simples. So if you had any difficulties and still unsure if any of them, ask. Right, I may continue on. And I'll stop that there and then we'll come on to this section then.